What, she don't want to get
She's
on?
gonna get on.
Nah, she said she don't want to talk to y'all.
That's not what she
Oh,
said. I heard.
no, she said.
Jesus Christ, Mario. Why are you so mean to her?
Talk to
I'm as
that.
sweet as I can be to her.
And that's sweet.
It
I
is
guess it
sweet.
is for Mario, it is.
It could be. It could be a lot worse, right?
Yeah.
Well, just think she's raising your boy. She's taking care of them, and there's a message from Pogo, and I did not say that.
We know.
At
Did
least
you just speed message her?
no.
You just messaged her, right?
No. I got it. It was something else. Sorry, it was something else.
Okay.
I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be her, but no, it's something else.
No, huh?
No, it is.
Okay, I
Trying to
believe
figure
you.
out how to set this thing up.
What are you trying to set up?
This build similar to the one that J-Dub had, but you know, if I go, it's like you go one way, then you miss out on it this way or that way. It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
So just trying to figure out how to work it all in here to do exactly what I want it to do. But I do believe the Fenris Group chess piece is going to be the piece that I need to do it with. And I got one with hard hitting on it. And also got Unbreakable on it, but I'm going to roll the Unbreakable off and put Bloodsucker on it.
How in the hell are you cheating?
You just checked too, huh?
What happened?
No, one of our friends we used to play the Division 1 with occasionally. He
And
just came back for Title Update 6. Never's done the raid before. Just got his first clear a couple of days ago. He's already at 8 and has the Eagle Bear. But it's like every time we look, it shows he's on Razorback. I think they might be cheesing it, kind of like get the Razorback, quit, get a couple people in from the group, run it, you get a completion. Do it again, have somebody else set it up, like what we did with J-Dub, so he can get the completion. I think they're doing it that way, but with like all 8 of them or half of them, you know.
he now has 29 minutes.
29-minute run.
Yep.
If that or his group is so good, because we know he's not that fucking good. But he's a know-it-all. He hasn't played in so long. He'll come back to Title Update 6 and say, "Oh well, you should run this, you should run that. This is the best gear." What, just shut up.
And it could only be just a week. It could only be a week, and he's already acting all like that. Damn. 29 minutes? He went from 6.5 hours to 44 minutes to 29 minutes.
Yeah.
Will you cut that light off right there? Since you're not doing anything? There's J-Dub. He's back.
And leave.
I need him in here for
Consultation.
a little bit of
A
direction.
consultation from the...
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy too. He went from a 6-hour raid to 40-minute raid to a 29-minute raid. I mean, we know it's possible, but knowing this guy, unless his friends are carrying his ass through.
Which is a possibility, man.
Yep.
You know, that is a possibility. I mean, I found
too
some.
close to me. He's
I
11.
found some
I'm 12.
randoms that are, like the ones that random, but they were pretty good for just random, the ones that,
Yeah. Well, I know that this guy
but
too. He'll watch YouTube over and over to learn how to do shit. So they might be doing that, all studying the YouTube videos and. Where that, to me, that's
right,
fine for some things, but I'd rather go in learning on my own or with somebody that teaches you, like Spawn or something.
Yeah.
right. I mean, that makes sense too. Yeah, Spawn's good. Spawn's a good
Yeah.
teacher.
He's very patient too. That's what I like.
He really is.
Incoming hostiles
Oh, he's
detected.
super patient. He's a lot more patient than what most people would be.
Yeah, especially to
Yeah.
certain people. Not to mention any names. But the two initials are DD.
I have no clue who you're talking about.
I'm talking about you. Just kidding.
Oh, I know.
That's the initials to your nickname, Double D. So,
I need stupid ceramics. I hate being low on ceramics.
so you guys have fun?
Yeah, we did have a good time. It was really cool, real interesting. Our night didn't win, but our side did, I guess you would say.
Okay. The cheering crowd or something.
Yeah, but it was really neat to see. The kids really enjoyed it. Yeah, they got
That's
to
a
meet the
bigger plus.
queen and get their picture taken with her and different stuff like it. It was. Yep, they got knighted while they were there by the queen.
Nice.
Aww.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It really was. It was a neat little place to see.
So what's next on your agenda?
Tomorrow we go back to Hollywood Studios.
Oh my God, you guys are still there. Okay.
Yeah. So back to Hollywood Studios tomorrow, from Friday, and then we'll leave Saturday morning.
Okay.
Okay, that's why the rate is Monday.
Hostile
Oh,
control.
screw
Yeah.
that.
Identified.
It's only
that's right.
a 10-hour drive. We'll do a Saturday night.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, we may. You never know.
That would definitely be the sport.
Yeah,
Hey, y'all
exactly.
want to ride? Me, you.
I mean,
I
Yeah,
got my
trying to
hamster
figure out-
running.
I mean, I think,
When everybody's gonna be
yeah,
gone.
I mean, it would be nice to have at least a couple days, say like a Saturday afternoon or Sunday schedule that everybody can plan, and then, I'm not opposed to, throwing one together, if we got enough people.
Oh.
Right.
But like last night, we were just
right.
waiting so long, and then it was starting to get late for me to get up for work, and it's like I can't do it anymore.
Oh, I understand. I understand
You
completely.
better.
100%.
You better. Of all people, you better.
Not far behind him.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I honestly thought with that group, the way that some of those gears they had, I honestly thought you guys weren't going to get past Boomer just from listening to him.
With Spawn coming in, that probably helped
Yeah.
a lot. I'll be honest with you, because everybody recognizes the name, and so when you recognize a name, you tend to listen to that person better, because you
Yeah.
know that they know what they're talking about. And
Reinforcements have
I wouldn't put
arrived.
it past saying that, that was probably one of the big things that
Well, I'm
helped.
sure your name is recognized, but
In all
not
honesty,
for the raid.
not for the same reason. Yeah,
Exactly.
not for the same reason. That's right. Mine's definitely recognized just in a total different manner.
Yeah, this one's a big troublemaker, and he has a mark on him, so watch out for
Yeah.
him.
For those in the stream, if you see great to be a Martin, run away.
Yeah, you should have seen um 99P had jumped in with us earlier, and he said, "What is wrong with you?"
Did he really?
I was wondering, like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He said, "What is wrong with
Yeah, when I got home, I jumped in with him a little bit.
you?" Yeah, he's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
we leveled him up from 1 to 5.
Good.
Well,
So,
I
so
did this
that ain't the
morning.
that ain't the first person you've had to drag along like that.
He was quick, so he just dropped the stuff, he was picking up, putting all over the place, whatever. And, okay, I feel
Mhm.
like dang. He didn't care what he threw on. He was just trying to get it up
Yeah,
there.
well, that's kind of what you do when
Right.
you're trying to level up fast.
Speed leveling.
Oh, I know.
Your
I was
speed.
just surprised of how fast though. It was just okay. I need 450 gears. So whatever you guys decide. Okay, here you go. Here you go. Dropped it. 450. Okay, I'm good. Let's go.
And when we did Capitol building,
Detecting
because it's
additional
invaded,
hostile contacts.
I get dropped
Yep.
the BTSU gloves, so I dropped them for him. He's like, "Oh, cool, my first exotic." Of course, it was probably a low level because he was still level 2 at the time, I think.
It was
Right.
really something. Cause I
Yeah, I
know
still haven't
this morning
worked
I
those
leveled
into
him up.
anything yet.
Hmm?
That's something that I still haven't worked those exotic knee pads into a build yet.
Yeah.
I
I don't know
tried.
how you really can. It's kind of a tough one to do.
Yeah, I tried. I don't really care for
Hey,
it.
Mama, check
Yes.
again where they're at and check like Gumby and Doll and Yelvy and all them because they're raiding too.
Oh, there.
And when I got on,
Hey.
Gumby, Doll, they were all on Razorback.
Heavily armored hostile
Okay, well,
detected.
he's agent in menu. Then agent in menu. Yogi. Agent in menu.
What's up,
Get
Hey,
a
J-Dub?
J-Dub.
trap. Get a trap academy.
I got some technical questions to ask you. Whenever you get ready.
Penis goes into the ground.
Oh, see, that's where I've been confused this whole time.
It's understandable. I know. No, really, what do you got? What do you got?
Well,
Understand.
are you busy right this second or no?
No, I just logged in. Just in inventory. Going to my inventory.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. So, I noticed. I mean, I don't know exactly how you got it to 300 and something health.
Supply room.
Well, I'm not the only
crazy.
one because freaking Buddha did it too. Buddha's actually got more than me. I was talking to him
Yeah, I-
earlier, and he was rattling off what he was doing, and he, I guess he was inspired by my build too. And
Yeah, he
built
was, because me and him was talking
something
about it
else.
earlier, and I told him you were supposed to be on, so that's probably why he jumped in with you. And then
Yeah.
I told him that you had used Bloodsucker in his place. My question is, though, I mean, what is your rifle hitting for your merciless, like base-wise? I mean, that means you're not spec'd heavily into reds at all, right?
Right, yeah, with the build, you're not doing your damage. I mean, if you want to increase your damage, you can increase your rifle damage, obviously, but your primary damage is coming from your explosive damage.
Explosive
You know,
damage,
whenever,
right?
yeah, whenever it procs, you're already using the demolition spec, so that's 20%. Let me get down there. And then I've got, hold on, let me see what I'm at 70% explosive damage right now.
Okay.
So,
I,
I mean, and plus that it stacks with damage to elites. So on elites and stuff, I've seen it hit for over 1 million, the explosion. And that's just, you know, as fast as I can pull the trigger, it's just doing that, and it tears armor apart and everything. But like I said, survivability is extremely high because every shot that you proc with that explosive, you're getting armor back. It's just temporary, but I mean, it keeps you alive. You know, you're not really taking damage as long as you're shooting, I guess is kind of what I'm getting at. And that compounds with the bloodsucker that you have on your chest. It's also giving you armor back every time you break armor, which you're doing with your explosive rounds. So it's doubling up on all of this bonus armor.
okay.
So that's why I can face tank, like in the second boss, after we do Boomer, those 3 bosses, I can kind of stand there and take all the explosions that they throw at me, and I can sit there and face tank them with my LMG. It's hitting, just having that Merciless holstered, that LMG is hitting often enough that, you know, that 5% explosive chance, it's hitting often enough to keep my armor up. And then or I could just pull out the Merciless and directly hit him.
Okay, so that's the Merciless. So maybe I've been reading it wrong. Technically speaking, that's a holstered talent, the last one, right?
Yeah, you have a chance, like a 5% chance to do 100% explosive damage.
Okay.
Whenever you're shooting, say your Merciless as your secondary, you're shooting an LMG as your primary, and you're just, you know, you're just hosing out rounds. It's going to proc often enough to keep your armor up. And like I said, you're taking armor off of your enemies, so the bloodsucker is keeping up armor also.
Okay.
So that's what I use on ads on Razorback. If I'm sitting up in my perch on Razorback, like shooting dogs or whatever, then I'll actually use the Merciless. And I have time to take those shots and everything.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out.
The key to it.
You're right. The Merciless is the key to it, though.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And you're missing one.
So that's where earlier when I was playing, I was like, well, I don't know. And I looked at it for a minute, but it's still hard to track it down and look exactly at what you have versus, you know.
Yeah. I've got it on right now. I just got lucky on some rolls. I mean, I have my holster is ridiculous. I've got it rolled with 15.5% health modifier, and then I put 44,000 health on it. So I mean, that one piece has a lot of health on it, and I have almost 50,000 health on my chest piece.
I noticed you're running a 4-piece. What?
Agent in need of backup.
Does the 4-piece, is that a necessity, or does the 4-piece?
In the raid, that's you have to run the 4-piece in order to stack that bonus armor. So if you every explosion you get gives you 10% bonus armor for 10 seconds, max of 4 stacks. So I mean, you pull the Merciless trigger 4 times, I mean front to back, with 4 explosions, you instantly have 40% more armor. So right now I have 226,000 armor. That jacks me up to about just under 400,000 armor. Just been doing math. Oh, I'm sorry, no, my math is wrong. About 350 or so.
Alright, and are you also using, I know you got Vital on. You're using Destructive, right?
Destructive and hard hitting, yeah. I got, I have a Fenris chest with Bloodsucker and Vital on it. And then I have knee pads that are Fenris also with hard hitting and Patience. And my Negotiator's backpack has Destructive on it. So I have all of the bases covered as far as the bonuses you can get. The damage modifying bonuses, hard hitting and destructive.
Okay.
Progress halted.
Guess what? I've got
Manual override required.
I've got vital on the backpack right now, and then
Yeah.
but I can change vital off. I have a fender screw.
Russians nearby.
This is what I'm actually looking at. I got a fender screw
Identified.
chest piece. It already has 11% weapon damage on it. 4 crit. Hit. 278 skill power. I haven't done nothing to
Incoming
this one,
hostiles detected.
but it has
Yeah.
unbreakable and vital on it.
Nice. Yeah. I have an unbreakable
I mean-
version of this too, just so you have it.
Okay. So how well does the unbreakable work for that? Out of curiosity.
It works really well. I mean, unbreakable is great because they break your armor, you shoot off the grenade,
Bless you.
and
Additional
it can be
hostile
way
contacts.
out. I mean, if a sniper shoots you, it'll launch a grenade like the length of a football field and find that sniper. Like on the other side of the board. It's done it to dogs for me on Razorback. I'll get hit and it'll
Bless
launch
you.
But what it does is, on normal enemies, it'll cause a bleed. Obviously, they get the explosion damage, which could kill them. It'll also cause a bleed. All enemies, even heavies, it staggers. So even if they don't take a lot of damage or whatever, it staggers them and gives you a
Bless you.
chance to roll away or get in
Hostile
cover or
control
whatever,
point nearby.
instead of just getting
Suit
hammered.
supplies detected.
So
you don't
if I roll
I
this
haven't been blown up.
52,000 health onto this,
Yeah, I would
And-
roll
and
it over the skill power. You're not going to need skill power for anything.
that's what I'm getting at. But leave the unbreakable, because that's what I was trying to figure out, if I leave unbreakable or put, whatchamacallit on it, if I need to put bloodsucker on that.
No, I would roll. I would just try the unbreakable for a while. I use it. I mean, it just depends on what I'm doing. But for me, the bloodsucker has worked better. It depends on. I think it depends on the density of the enemies. I mean, you're going to have to keep getting shots on something. So, like when I'm doing Lucy, I might run the unbreakable. If I'm killing ads and there's a whole lot of ads, and I'm going to have a bunch of different enemies to shoot at, I will probably run the bloodsucker over.
Override required.
Because every time you pop armor, then basically you get a stack.
You get bonus armor. And you just get so much that even if you take a few shots, you're just brushing them off. I mean, it's like, flies. They
Hostile
don't even
control
bother
point
you.
identified.
Yeah, I had a bloodsucker build before, but I don't have it anymore. So that's what I was trying to figure out. So if I roll this 50,000 onto that one, and because I have vital on the backpack, I could technically. What's a high roll on a backpack for health right now? Is 21,000 pretty decent on health on a backpack?
I've got 32 on mine. Hold on, I can tell you. I got my little cheat sheet.
Okay.
I can pick it up.
I don't think I've ever had a backpack get that high.
Yeah, Araldi and Alps. I mean, just keep running Araldi and Alps. You will eventually get a backpack with that kind of health. So, I'm reading that you can get 49,292 on a backpack. I've never seen it higher than 32,000. And I've got 32,000 on mine.
I might have one in my
that's
stash that
because
has
all backpacks-
47,000. I know I picked something up.
Incoming hostiles
All
detected.
backpacks roll with more than one stat, so that's why it's hard to get, that high. There's no single stat backpack. They all have at least 2 stats on. For the things that are easy to get high numbers on, masks in particular, some holsters, things like that.
So that's
It's a fun build. I mean, it gives you the freedom to run around and kind of just not worry overly much about taking a few shots. And you're not invincible, but it's a lot better than having to hunker down the entire time. It'd be really good for Pearl on gens. I mean, anyone up front who's running gens or with all the drones and everything that are flying around.
Food supplies detected.
Just an extra layer of protection.
That's what I wondered, like if he's running it with like Spark. I mean,
I've seen builds like that. It's just I made one. It's not really optimized, but it's hard to get. It's hard to keep 11 blues, and then you almost have to roll all of the reds onto the gear because the gear doesn't roll with hardly any reds.
that's
Doesn't
right.
come with hardly any reds. So I mean, you can definitely do
We
it.
got a project ready to be completed at the campus.
You're just going to have to have the two other pieces that you're using outside of your 4-piece. You're going to have a lot of reds on them, and then you're probably going to have to roll a red to cover up like a skill power or something. That's what I did.
Okay. Because that's what that's kind of what I was looking. Because if either you're gonna, it's hard to spec Spark and Unbreakable. I mean, without running a whole bunch of Gilligard stuff, technically. You know.
Yeah. Well, I used, like I said, I made one. I mean, it just, you're not going to have the survivability. I had to give up a lot of health and other things that I had on my backpack. And I think I had to give up explosive damage, like 40% explosive damage. So I mean, in the end, it wasn't worth it. I was gaining like I was gaining 20% weapon damage, and I was losing 30% explosive damage, and that's silly considering I'm using explosive damage as my primary damage makers.
Right. And so I've got a Gilligard, whatever you want to call it, guard
Right.
backpack that's got Spark, Destructive already on it. It's got 2 blues and 6.5 weapon damage already on the thing right now. I do have a 30,000 health or whatever I could roll onto that. I also have a 10% health mod I could roll onto it, but you got a 10% still not higher than 30,000. If you.
So I have one with, I used my normal negotiators set, my 4-piece negotiators set, but I swapped out different gloves, and I put, same gloves with different knee pads. I put my negotiators knee pads on instead of patience knee pads. So there's another thing, I had to give up patience, but I'm using my chest piece doesn't have anything other than destructive on it. It's an Overlord chest piece. This is just like a damage build. But Overlord gives you rifle damage, so that's additional damage. And it's got 2 reds, 1 blue, and then I am using the strategic alignment China Light backpack with 5 reds on it. And it has China Light's 1 piece is just 10% explosive damage, so...
That's right.
I must have given up hard hitting. I gave up hard hitting. And I'm down to like half of the health that I have on the other build. 153,000.
And that's what I'm trying not to lose is hard hitting.
It's definitely doable, but I don't know, there's a lot of a sacrifice, and I'm not sure it's worth it. It'd be more viable as a 3-piece, which you could certainly run out in the open world, and in PvP, I think it's very popular in PvP, but people just want that explosive resistance, and they want to be able to shoot at that somebody when they get an armor broke. They don't really care about the 4-piece. As a 3-piece, you could make a more viable build. For the raid and for survivability, so 4 pieces.
And that's what with your gloves you're running negotiators gloves for sure. And then roll that there. Is that the right thing?
I've got LMG damage on my gloves. I think I need to just make another set of gloves with damage.
What is your
supply room access unlocked?
Like safeguard? Let me ask you a question. Safeguard, would that hurt that build for breaking armor and stuff, or would it help that build?
It would help it. It wouldn't hurt it. But I mean, I wouldn't put it on. I wouldn't put it on in place of a damage
Spark,
modifier like hard hitting
like
or something like that.
Right. So what I'm looking at is like right now I've got vital and unbreakable on the chest piece. All right. I've got destructive and spark on the backpack. And then if I'm running a 3-piece right now, then technically I got the Fenris group, which I was going to roll off destructive and put hard hitting on it. But what you're saying is the 4-piece is what makes it a more viable, you know.
Yeah, the 3-piece just shoots the grenade whenever your armor breaks. The 4-piece gives the entire group explosive damage, and it also gives you that bonus armor for every explosion that you're doing. And that's what keeps you alive more or less.
Okay. Let's go. And you can't get patience on those knee pads.
No, not on negotiators. So like on the, let me go back to my.
Civilians in danger.
So the 2 non-gear set pieces that I'm running on my main build, the one that I run in the raid, is a Fenris chest piece that has Bloodsucker and Vital, and then a Fenris knee pads that has hard hitting and patience. And I'm at 4 reds, 13 blues, and 3 yellows is what my tally is.
Okay.
And those knee pads I can swap out for the exotic knee pads also, which I may do the next time we raid. I want to see what they do to drones. They should kill the drones. And while I'm running around like an idiot, it'll block all the shots and everything.
Yeah, if you move cover to cover, they do work.
Yeah, and I've got 13 blues, so it should give me a ridiculous amount of armor while I'm running around, and then when I stop running, you know, so it should work good.
That's what. So really, backpack, chest piece is your 2 bigs, and then negotiators. I'm running a negotiator's backpack, mask, gloves, and holster. Okay.
You'll likely have to just use a non-gear set chest piece, just because of the different stuff that you can get on a chest and knee pads. I mean, there's cool stuff on backpacks and kind of cool stuff on holsters, but I mean, they're a lot more tame than all the awesome stuff that you can get on a chest and knee pads.
Right. Hard hitting would be the sacrifice, most likely, if you're looking at damage to elites.
Hi there.
Because vital is going to be more important than hard hitting, for the most part.
Could be, yeah. But I mean, with the right gear, you can have it all. I mean, I've got all of it. Fenris in particular, since it rolls with 2 talents, you can get pretty much every Fenris piece has 2 talents on it. It can roll with 2 talents. So my knee pads have 2 talents. I have Fenris gloves that have 2 talents on them. I think the mask only rolls with 1, but still, you get the point. And the holster only rolls with 1. But
right.
You can kind of, if you're creative, you can kind of squeeze it in, whatever and you know, eventually fill out everything, and not having to give up everything.
Yeah, it's the tough part.
Yeah.
Just trying to see what I actually want to give versus what I don't want to give up.
Yeah, and you know, you might not have like the full build right now. It's just something you might work towards.
I had a chest, a Fenris group that's got hard hitting and vital on it. but I don't know. I mean, those are permanent talents. You don't have to do nothing to get them. You don't have to worry about reds versus yellows versus greens. You
Right.
know.
Yeah, it's nice.
Where do you get those green talents from,
Right.
or attributes? I want to know. I need some of
You
them.
got to pick DZ.
Oh, the DZ.
Get your mother.
All right,
Yeah,
Yeah,
DZ.
I'm
DZ
going to
only.
the DZ.
DZ exclusive.
Go ahead. Go to the occupied. Those only in the occupied.
Oh, really?
Oh.
That makes sense.
But I mean, I've got berserk and hard hitting on it.
I've
If you're
tried
rolling to
Berserk.
the red side,
It wasn't that noticeable. It wasn't that great.
Detected.
Don't that buddy
I
in
mean,
this.
the damage modifier that you get from it really wasn't substantial enough to really warrant using it. I mean, it wasn't like they break my armor and then I can instantly kill them. You know, it wasn't that much of a step up.
because it's 8%. You can get it 5 times, you get 40% weapon damage. If they basically, you're running 40, you know, if you knock it off of them or whatever at that point in time. Which, if you're not trying to build the blue side of it, but trying to build the red side of it, it's probably all right. But and I've got a bloodsucker that has 41,000 health on it, some armor, and that's got a bloodsucker. It's a Murakami, which gives me the 8% health also. But the finish gives you the 2-piece or 2 talents.
Right.
That's why I was trying to go with the Fenris if I could.
Yeah, and the Fenris works with the Eagle Bear. It gives you your 10%.
But you can't
AR
run the Eagle Bear if you're running the Merciless in this build.
Merciless, exactly. Yep. So,
Right.
But you can, you know, your secondary can be an AR, for instance, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm trying to set it up to run on this character, because I've got the EB on my other character. So I'm trying to set this character up to kind of have, you know, more of this in line for it. Which I probably need to go look at my other character and just start dumping stuff into the stash so I can look and see what all he has. Because he's probably full of stuff too. The difference when you got 2 different characters there. But I do have that one, I mean, that one Fenris script that I got right now has the Unbreakable, has the Vital. So I roll 50,000 health on it. You know, it's pretty stout on that one piece. And it has 11% damage on it.
Yeah.
Figure out where to get rid of the.
It is weird. He's breaking up a little bit.
He's
Gloves.
breaking up. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, Josh, you're breaking up.
Shader.
This dog, I can't even hear him.
I'm breaking up.
Yeah.
Because I'm late. Like LMG damage, rifle damage, or whatever on your gloves,
Hostile control point.
Yeah.
and have
Identified.
a red on that.
Yeah, you are breaking up. Your comms are breaking up, Josh.
Hey boys, y'all go into y'all's room and do all that noise for a minute.
It sounds like he's straining to, like, trying to talk.
Yeah, I know. I was
He's
wondering if he's
straining.
having a heart attack or something. Jeez.
That's why I was like, please tell me you're just
I
taking
know.
off. Let's go.
Can you hear
Now
me?
we can.
Oh, wow.
It was your
Yeah.
kids' fault, huh? Send them to the room and everything works
I don't-
fine.
I was asking, did you run one blue, one red talent on your negotiator gloves then?
Yeah, yeah, I am. I have health and LNG damage in my gloves.
The internet's dropping apparently here. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it does sound like something's going on.
Okay.
Because it's kind of sketchy.
Yeah, I think my internet, I think they turn it down at night, or either everybody gets on at night.
Yeah, probably
Like
not.
that. Makes it a little bad. I need ceramics for this build, no matter what I do.
Reinforcements in place.
Do you have the solar farm open, Jacob?
You mean not occupied? Let's see.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's enemy. Yeah. Solar farm is red on my map.
Heavily armored hostile.
Callie, do you have solar farm already green?
I don't know. I have to check. Give me a second. Let me finish this control point and I'll let you know. If you can wait a couple minutes.
Yeah, which one are you on?
I'm at the vault now.
Mine's red.
Go ahead. Yeah, remember. Sleep.
Charlie, that's like he's dying.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, the way he was talking at first, I thought he was struggling, like Kelly said, having a heart attack or something. Like, oh my God, I almost was gonna tell him, please.
The only time we hear you fine is when you ask, "Can you hear me now?" And we say yeah, and then you start breaking up again.
Like and you're straining.
Now,
And I was gonna say, I have red solar farm right now.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
And Josh, you might have to reset or drop group or something and rejoin. I can't hear anything now.
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
that's because I hadn't said anything.
No, I think you're just messing with us again.
That's a good reason.
Okay, he's on Buddy and Lucy.
So I have an Aces build, I have a Tips build, I have that Negotiators build.
And so are they.
Steel build. I might start mixing it up here. Raid.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Give me just a second.
All that Buddy and Lucy. And so is he.
Supply room access unlocked.
Buddha was trying to get you in trouble. Bye.
Get who in trouble? Me?
No, J-Dub.
Civilians in danger.
Who's trying to get me in trouble?
I'm trying to find the message so I can tell you. Buddha is trying to get you into trouble. Kinda.
Oh. Not
He's
what?
telling Mario, hurry up, J-Dub is waiting for you. He misses you. Because they were at the dinner and the show right now, so he's pushing it. I told him, leave him alone, don't rush him. You can't defend yourself in here. You're not on here, so you can't defend yourself, so we gotta do it for you. I like that. J-Dub is waiting for you. He misses you. Leave him
Yeah,
alone.
leave that up to Buddha.
Yep.
Big old troublemaker.
Civilians in distress.
You had me looking in my sack for blood sucker to read it, and I'm like, I don't have anything. I have Mia Kami, Douglas and Hogan. But weapon damage and all that, so. Nothing of a.
Damn, I knew I should have locked up the party.
You
I
tried.
tried. I was too slow.
That's right. Well, y'all, I think I'm gonna shut it down anyway because it's acting crazy. Anyway, it started this last night too.
Yeah,
Right in
around
the
this
middle of
time.
Yep, in the middle of the raid, I had to swap over to my telephone's internet service.
Mm.
That's when I disappeared last night, J-Dub. You know, for a
Yeah.
second, I had to
Yeah,
swap
yeah,
it
I
out to
remember.
I had to swap it out to my phone's internet service. That's what happened. Like, it seems like it's working normal now, but they may be throttling my IP address back. You know, it could
Well, I
have
was
some
gonna
kind of
say-
automatic throttle on it.
Okay, because I was going to say you're fine for right now if you just want to hang a little until you lose it.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I got to get the kids to bed, and we got to be up early in the morning, and I ain't going to stay up to 2 o'clock in the morning like I did this morning. So, yeah.
That's fine.
So,
That's nothing going on anyway.
yeah. So I'm
I'm
gonna.
gonna mess around in my inventory. About all I got going on.
Yeah, because
Yeah, we
J-Dub
gotta-
has
we
me
gotta-
looking mine.
Yeah, I got to make sure I'm up early because we're gonna get the boys signed up for Jedi training in the morning.
Nice.
But you got to be at,
Yeah.
you got to be at the park early to do it. So that means I got to get up early and go to town quick and drag Pearl
Nice.
out of bed. So
You make it sound like she's the one that lingers.
oh, she is the one that lingers in bed. I promise you. She can lie all she wants if she wants to say anything, but I think she'll admit that one. Yeah, okay. She likes her sleep. So
Well, then go to bed now, Pearl.
Yeah.
she said, put your white trashy ass in bed now. Oh, it was similar.
It was similar. God.
Oh my God! Even now I'm getting into trouble.
I know.
But you know what? That's fine. White trash in bed. No hanky.
Oh.
Just go to bed.
She said she was actually talking to me.
Ah. Alright, get some rest, man. I'm gonna get out here and mess with my inventory and stuff.
Yeah, I'm about done for the night
Yeah,
too.
that's what.
Oh, and
Alright.
she's popping
I'll
on.
holler at y'all tomorrow.
Or somebody's pumping on.
Jackson just turned on the Xbox.
Yeah, somebody just turned on Pearl. I did.
Bye.
Alright, good night, y'all.
Night.
Good night.